And welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, October 3rd, 2017. Trading stocks is a high level of risk, and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice, not making any recommendations, always for your further homework. Good morning, Sue here on a sad Tuesday morning with all of the news coming out of Las Vegas. My heart is really going out to all the people killed and injured, friends and family. What a sad event. Anyway, let's get into today's video. We always start off with a look at the Russell Index, and for that we use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000, and I like to step back and take a look at it on a 5-year monthly time frame. I like that bigger look. So we're looking at the 5-year chart. This is long-term support here, the blue line. Orange is medium and purple is short-term support. We've been watching this wedge all year, and the black diagonal line has held price in the entire time, and it looks as though we might have a little bit of a breakout here. So with that, let's go into the smaller time frame, the 2-year weekly. Take a look and see how price is looking on the short term. So again, here's the same orange line of medium support, long-term support, black diagonal line that, as you can see, it really held price in back in February, April, July, and looks like we have a little bit of a breakout happening here. 1, 2, 3, 4 strong weeks in a row. Let's move away from the 2-year weekly to the 9-month daily. You can see the strong price action yesterday, and we're up and over that black line. So this will now be our line of support. If price comes back in, we'll hope for it to bounce in this area. We will see. But I want to note 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, might be 7 days of price strength in a row, so it's looking a little extended and stretched to me. So you want to be careful here, but with that, we'll be putting a new chart forward. Regular viewers know at Chart of the Day Cafe, I use this blue line as my guide, the 8-day EMA. When price on the Russell is up and over that 8-day EMA, I'm adding new names to my watch list. And so my featured chart this morning is not a new name for the watch list. I'm actually going to review an old Chart of the Day Cafe pick. And that company is VALE. It is a huge global mining company. Ticker symbol VALE on the New York Stock Exchange. Before I get into the chart, let me update you on the numbers for VALE. It's got a beautiful value score. You know, at Chart of the Day Cafe, I am all about value, and VALE has an excellent, excellent value score. It's got a current forecasted earnings growth rate of 32%, current PE of 11.30, and it has a dividend yield of 1.09. We're looking at the 2-year weekly chart. You can see that on the 2-year weekly, it's in an uptrend. It moved off my orange line of support. This is where we initially featured VALE. I'm going to pull it into the smaller time frame because I want you to see, but it's had this beautiful run from there, settled back in, and I think is resting at an area where it's coming up on my watch list again, and I'm going to be watching it in the days ahead. I'm going to move it away from the weekly to the 9-month daily. I want you to see we put VALE forward on May 25th. It had a little bit of lift from there, but then sunk below my line of support resistance, but then triggered up and over the blue and had this beautiful run from about $8 to $11.50. Lovely. Came in and is now settling in an area where I think it might be teeing up again and looks interesting to me. I'm going to move it from the 9-month to the 3-month. I'm going to put my little green circle here and say check these at the end of the day. If VALE has a nice bullish candle up and over the blue and into my green circle, it's going to be on the top of my radar list. Along with my featured chart, I also like to take a look at the sector that it's in, and for that we're going to look at 2 ETFs. The first one is SLX, which is the ETF for the steel sector. We're looking at the 2-year weekly chart. You can see on the 2-year weekly, beautiful uptrend. Price is up and over that 8-day EMA on the weekly and still showing that price strength. The second one is XLB, which is the ETF for the materials space. Again, beautiful uptrend on the 2-year weekly chart, up and over the 8-day, and continues to show that price strength. I also like to take a look at seasonality, and for that I go to equityclock.com. You've heard me talk about Equity Clock a lot. I love this site. It's terrific. We're looking at the seasonal chart for VALE. You can see that in the back half of the year, VALE comes into that seasonal favor. No guarantee that happens this year, but always nice to know. Third thing I like to do is go to FinViz and see if my chart pick has analyst support. And as you can see, VALE, see if I can get it into the screen, but it's got all of these recent upgrades. Always nice to see. I'm also going to include this article about the electric car revolution may fuel higher copper prices. So VALE is all about iron ore, steel, copper. This is a great article, and I love the perspective on the perhaps, we will see, secular bull market that may be starting in copper. We will see. And so to review, we started today's video with a look at the Russell Index, and we note that the Russell is currently up and over that 8-day EMA on the daily chart, showing price strength. Having said that, it's looking a little extended with all of those consecutive days in a row up. So it might need to rest a little bit here. You want to be careful and aware of that. We looked at the two sectors that VALE is in, SLX and XLB, both in an uptrend on the 2-year chart and showing price strength. We looked at the VALE chart. We can see that it's in an uptrend on the 2-year chart and at an area of possible price strength continuation, emphasis on possible. It's all about what the markets want to do. It's got an excellent value score, really high value score. It's got a great growth score with a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 32%, a current dividend yield of 1.09%. It does not have that 3 and 8 EMA cross that I use as my trigger, so that's not checked. It has seasonality in its favor. It's got analyst support, current PE of 11.30, and it looks as though earnings are on October 26th. As a reminder, these videos go out every Tuesday and Thursday morning. If you like receiving them, please subscribe to our channel by hitting the red subscribe button on our YouTube homepage. That way you'll get the videos and any updates as soon as they are available. With that, I'll say goodbye. Have a great next couple of days, and we'll put our next video out on Thursday.